Today I'm going to touch on a key scripture from Revelation chapters 2 and 3. Don't worry, I won't go into deep detail about everything in those chapters. Instead, I'll focus on the parts I feel guided to share with you. This message is for a very specific group of people. If this resonates with you, you'll know you are what I like to call an earth angel. What does that mean? It means that you are someone who is here for a special purpose, though you might not fully understand it yet. Many of you may have been feeling different, like you don't quite fit in. You might have this sense that you're here for something bigger than what you see around you. You're not imagining things. This feeling is real because you are beginning to awaken to your true self. Let me explain further. In the scripture I mentioned, Revelation chapters 2 and 3, it talks about angels being sent to different churches. However, in your case, the idea of churches can represent different parts of your life. These churches aren't just religious buildings, they could be your family, your country, your workplace, or even your group of friends. Many of you might have this nagging feeling that you don't belong where you are, that your family doesn't understand you, that you don't fit in with the culture of your country, or that your job doesn't align with who you are. These feelings are valid, and I want you to know that it's okay to feel different. What you're going through is part of your awakening. Why you feel different. Let's talk about why you feel so different or out of place. You've been set apart for a reason. You might feel like you don't belong in certain spaces or with certain people, even within your own family. You might wonder, why do people treat me this way? Why do I feel so alone or misunderstood? It could even be as extreme as feeling that your family members dislike or even hate you. These feelings can be confusing and painful, especially if it's coming from people who are supposed to love you, like parents, siblings, or close friends. But the reason this is happening is that you are the light in these situations. You were sent into this family or this environment to bring change, to help awaken the people around you, even though they may not understand that right now. Often, the people around you don't understand your role or your purpose. It's not their job to understand who you are. It's your job to discover that for yourself. If you've been feeling frustrated because you're not receiving the love and understanding you give to others, or if you feel like you're always on the outside looking in, I want you to take a moment and realize you've been placed in these environments for a reason. You are here to make a difference, but before you can do that, you need to understand yourself fully. You have a role to play, and in order to know that role, you need to awaken to who you truly are. This awakening process isn't easy and it can feel lonely at times, but it's a necessary part of your journey discovering your purpose. Many of you have been labeled in ways that don't reflect who you really are. Society gives us all kinds of labels, names, ages, job titles, roles in the family, and sometimes we start to believe that's all we are. But you are more than the name you were given, more than your age, your job, or your background. You are here for a purpose that goes far beyond those labels. In order to break free from the limitations these labels put on you, you have to shift your mindset. You have to stop thinking of yourself in terms of who the world tells you to be. You are much more than that. You are a vessel of change, someone who has been placed in difficult situations to help bring transformation. This might mean bringing change to your family, your workplace, your country, or even just within yourself. When you face difficulties, whether it's feeling rejected by your family, misunderstood at work, or out of place in your community, remember this: you are there to bring light and change. This is part of your purpose. Sometimes people will react negatively to you simply because you are different. They don't understand the energy you bring and they may even resist it. But that's okay. This is all part of your journey as an earth angel. Learning from Jesus' example. Think about the story of Jesus. He openly declared that he was the Son of God, but many people couldn't accept this. Why? Because they were expecting something different. The religious leaders of his time, known as Pharisees, couldn't comprehend how a man could be the Son of God. They were stuck in their old ways of thinking, and they expected the Son of God to arrive in a very specific way, maybe coming down from the sky or something spectacular. Because Jesus didn't fit their expectations, they rejected him and accused him of blasphemy. They couldn't understand his message because they weren't on the same level of spiritual awareness. In the same way, when you start to embrace who you really are and say, I am different or I am here for a greater purpose, people around you might not understand. They might even push back or question you. This is because they aren't seeing what you see. They aren't aware of the deeper purpose you're awakening to. And that's okay. It's not your job to make everyone understand your journey. Jesus was walking a path that few others could see or comprehend. He had a higher level of awareness, and he didn't let the disbelief of others stop him from fulfilling his purpose. In the same way, you must continue to walk your path, even if others don't understand the cost of change. Here's the truth: not everyone is ready or willing to change. Many people are comfortable staying exactly where they are, even if it means living in a way that doesn't fulfill them. They've been told by society, by their families, or by culture that they should live a certain way, and they accept it without questioning. For them, stepping out of that comfort zone feels too scary or too risky. But for those of you who are ready to embrace your true self, understand that change comes at a cost. You might have to walk alone for a while, you might have to face judgment or criticism, but this is the price of growth. When you are called to bring light and change to the world, you can't expect it to be easy. You have to be willing to stand strong in who you are, even when it feels difficult. The process of awakening to your true self can be lonely at times, but is also incredibly empowering. As you start to shed the false identities and labels that the world has placed on you, you'll discover the strength and purpose that has always been inside you. You realize that you're here for something far greater than what you once thought. Closing thoughts. So, to wrap up today's message, if you feel different, if you feel like you don't belong, that's because you're awakening to your true purpose. You are an earth angel, and you are here to bring change, light, and transformation. It's okay to feel misunderstood. It's okay to feel like you don't fit in. That's all part of your journey. Stay strong, stay true to who you are, and continue to walk your path, even if you have to walk it alone at times. The world needs you, even if they don't realize it yet. And you are more than capable of fulfilling the purpose you've been sent here to achieve. I'm sending you into tough situations like sheep among wolves. Many of you find yourselves in families, friendships, workplaces, or even countries where you are not accepted, where you're hated or misunderstood. It's challenging because you're surrounded by people who don't see your value, who might even try to bring you down. But even in these hard environments, your purpose remains the same. You are here to discover and embrace who you truly are. That is your mission. The reason knowing yourself is so important is because once you fully understand who you are, no one can control or destroy you. Knowing your true self gives you incredible power. But when you don't know who you are, you're vulnerable to other people's opinions. They can label you and define your identity, and because you might be used to listening to what others say about you, you might believe them even if they're wrong. Instead of looking within and finding the truth about yourself, you may just accept what they tell you, which leads you away from your true self. You must realize that you carry something special inside you, a light, which the Bible symbolizes as the seven candlesticks. This light is your inner power, your true self, and it's meant to shine brightly. Don't hide your true self out of fear of what others may think. You are who you are for a reason. There will be people who aren't comfortable with you discovering your real self. Some might even be angry or upset because they see that you're waking up to your true identity. They can sense the light inside you and it intimidates them. They may not know exactly what makes you different, but they can feel it and it bothers them. What you need to understand is that some people already see your potential before you do. They know there's something special about you, and that's why they try so hard to keep you in a box. These people might be family members, friends, or coworkers who act like they want the best for you, but deep down, they don't want you to outgrow them. They're trying to keep your mind trapped because they know that if you ever break free, you'll become powerful beyond their control. And once you break free, you'll be free forever. That's why spirituality is all about freedom, freedom, freedom from other people's expectations, freedom from the label society puts on you, and freedom to be your highest self. There will be people in your life who discourage you from exploring your true potential. They'll tell you not to think too much, not to read too much, or not to question things too deeply. They might say things like, you're doing too much or don't try to know too much. Or you shouldn't awaken your spiritual side. These people are trying to plant fear in you because they're afraid of what you'll become if you truly understand yourself. They might even tell you that exploring your spiritual side is dangerous or wrong. But you must not listen to them. When I was on my own journey of awakening, I had people telling me that opening my third eye, my spiritual eye, was dangerous or even demonic. But I'm here to tell you that when I opened my third eye, I was able to see clearly for the first time. There were things that I was blind to before, things that were hidden from me, and now I can see the truth. This is why it's so important to awaken your spiritual eye, your third eye, because it allows you to see beyond the surface and understand what's really going on around you. The third eye is not something to be afraid of. It's not evil or demonic. It's simply your spiritual eye that allows you to see the deeper truths in life. In fact, the Bible even talks about the third eye. It's called the single eye in the Bible, and it's what you need to see beyond the ordinary and into the spiritual realm. The single eye helps you see far and wide beyond what your physical eyes can see. Some people will try to scare you away from awakening your third eye because they are projecting their own fears onto you. They are afraid of what they don't understand. But you must break free from these fears if you want to fully awaken to who you are. For you to truly know yourself, you must break free from the limits that others have put on you. You are not meant to fit into anyone else's mold. You are here to explore and discover your highest self. You have a purpose that goes beyond what anyone else can understand. So if people are trying to tell you to calm down or stop learning so much, realize that they are trying to limit you out of their own fear. They may not want to see you grow, but that doesn't mean you should stop your journey. You will also encounter people who pretend to be good, but they are not what they seem. They might wear a mask of righteousness, acting like they're wise or holy, but in reality, they are deceptive. This is why the Bible tells you to be wise as a serpent. The serpent symbolizes wisdom, and you need to be as wise and cautious as a serpent in these situations. Even though some people may seem trustworthy, not all of them are. Some people are wearing false faces to deceive you. You need wisdom to see through their masks. At the same time, don't go around telling everyone about your spiritual journey or your plans to change the world. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing. If the wrong people find out, they will work hard to stop you. They'll try to frustrate your efforts because they don't want to see you succeed. So be careful who you share your dreams and plans with. Many of you may be in environments where you're hated for no apparent reason. You might have family members, friends, or co-workers who despise you and you don't understand why. This is because you have something different inside you, a light, and it sets you apart. Some people won't like this and they'll turn against you because of it. You might be hated by many but loved by a few. But no matter what, stay calm and peaceful. Don't let the hate of others turn you into someone bitter or angry. Don't become like the people who hurt you. Instead, rise above them and continue to be kind, gentle, and compassionate. In the book of Revelation, the Apostle John had his eyes and ears open to the mysteries of heaven. He could see and hear things that were hidden from others. In the same way, your spiritual eyes and ears have been opened. You can now see through the illusions of the world. You can see the lies, the injustice, and the corruption. Don't turn a blind eye to it. You've been shown these things for a reason. The time has come for you to speak your truth and share what you've learned with the world. There are things that many of you have been shown visions, insights, and spiritual truths that you might hesitate to share. You might wonder if you're the only one who's seen or experienced these things. You might feel isolated, like no one else would understand. But know this, you've been shown these things for a reason. You are meant to be the receiver of these insights, the one who sees and hears the truth. Just as John was the messenger of the heavenly mysteries, you are meant to be a messenger too. Now is the time to speak up, even if others think you're crazy. Those who are meant to hear you will understand, and they will stand by you. What you've been shown in the spiritual realm might sound strange or unbelievable to others, but it's your truth and you're here to share it. You are here to expose the truth, even if it makes some people uncomfortable. Many of you have been patient for a long time, but now you can't stay silent anymore. You can no longer tolerate the evil and injustice happening in your family, your community, or the world. It's time for you to speak out against the false prophets, the people pretending to be good, and the systems that have kept you trapped. Some of you have suffered greatly, whether through poverty, hardship, or mental traps set by society or religion. Others of you have been stuck in environments where negativity and ego have taken over and you felt oppressed by it all. But despite everything you've been through, you are being called to rise up and shine your light. You are here to reveal the truth and to break free from the chains that have held you down. This is your moment to step into your power and embrace who you truly are. Expanding the message into 2000 words while keeping it simple and comprehensible will involve further elaboration of the key ideas, breaking them down into more detailed explanations, adding examples, and reinforcing the core themes. Here's an extended version of your message: discovering your purpose. Now is the time for you to understand who you truly are and why you're here. Everything you've experienced so far, whether it was being misunderstood, criticized, or even mistreated, was part of a bigger plan. All the pain, the struggles, and the challenges were not for nothing. You've been through tough times because you are meant for something greater. You've been chosen for a special purpose, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. People in your life might have criticized you or not believed in your potential because you didn't fully recognize your worth at the time. You may have felt lost or unsure of your path. It's normal to feel confused when you don't know your purpose, but now things are changing. You are waking up to who you really are, and it's time to embrace that truth. The challenges you faced were preparing you for this moment. Understanding the past and moving forward. The hardships you've endured were like stepping stones that led you to this point. They helped shape who you are today. You may have felt used or taken for granted by others, but that was because you hadn't fully awakened to your power. Now that you are becoming aware of your true self, it's time to stand up confidently and claim your purpose. You are no longer a person who others can take advantage of or misunderstand. You are stronger now and you are starting to see things more clearly. It's important to understand that everything happens for a reason. The criticism, the pain, and the struggles all have meaning. They were part of your journey to becoming the person you are meant to be. Now that you are waking up to your purpose, it's time to take control of your life and move forward with confidence. You are here for a higher purpose, and that purpose is starting to reveal itself. You've always had this potential within you, but maybe you weren't ready to see it before. Now the time has come for you to step into your true role. This is the moment for you to rise and understand that everything you've gone through has prepared you for this. The role of ancestors and energy. You may feel a connection to ancient wisdom or energy from the past. This could be your ancestors or the spirit of those who came before you, guiding you toward your purpose. You may feel their presence, or you may start noticing signs that remind you of the past. This energy is helping you see beyond the surface of things. It's opening your eyes to the deeper problems in your life, your family, your community, and even the world. You've been given the gift of insight and you can now see things that others might miss. You have a unique ability to understand the root causes of problems and to find solutions. This is because you are meant to be a leader, a guide, and a healer. You've been chosen to help others break free from old patterns and start something new. You are not just here to live an ordinary life, you have a greater purpose, and it involves helping others, healing old wounds, and creating a better future for the people around you. You have the strength and wisdom to do this, and it's time to step into that role. Breaking generational patterns. One of your key roles is to break the negative cycles that have been passed down through generations in your family. This could be unhealthy behaviors, toxic relationships, or limiting beliefs that have been holding your family back for a long time. You are here to end these cycles and start something new. This may not be easy, but you have the power to do it. You've been chosen for this task because you are strong enough to handle it. You've been given the insight and the wisdom to see the problems in your family and to find ways to fix them. You may be the first person in your family to break free from these patterns, but by doing so, you are paving the way for future generations to live better, more fulfilling lives. Your purpose goes beyond just helping yourself. You are here to help your family, your community, and even the world by breaking old cycles and starting new, healthier ones. You are a generational cycle breaker, and this is your mission. Awakening to your true purpose. As you continue on this journey, you will start to discover your true purpose. This purpose has always been within you, but it may have been hidden by the challenges you faced or the distractions of everyday life. Now, the time has come for your purpose to be revealed to you. You will start to understand why you had to go through everything you've experienced. All the pain, the struggles, and the challenges were preparing you for this moment. Your mission is to help others, to bring healing and change, and to guide people toward a better future. Before you were born, you agreed to take on this mission. You may not remember it, but your soul made a contract to serve humanity. Now that you are waking up to your purpose, it's time to fulfill that contract. You are here to make a difference, and everything you've gone through has led you to this moment. Embracing your divine nature. You are not just an ordinary person, you are divine. You are connected to something greater than yourself, and you are here to bring that divine energy into the world. You are not meant to be confined by other people's expectations or limited by the world's definitions of success. You are here to be free, to live fully, and to share your gifts with the world. Some of you may have been looking for answers outside of yourself, seeking guidance from others, or moving from place to place in search of the truth. But the real truth is within you. You don't need to look to others for validation or answers. You already have everything you need inside of you. It's time to reconnect with your true self. Once you understand who you are, you will understand your purpose in life. You are here to be a guide, a messenger, and a light for others. You have spiritual gifts that are meant to help people, and now is the time to use those gifts. Trusting the signs and intuition. As we move forward on this journey, it's important to trust the signs you are receiving. You may notice certain numbers, symbols, or dreams that seem to be guiding you. These are messages from the divine, and they are pointing you in the right direction. Pay attention to these signs and trust your intuition. Your inner voice is guiding you toward your purpose, and you need to trust it. Even if it leads you down a path that feels uncertain or unfamiliar, trust that it's the right path for you. Your intuition is strong, and it will help you make the right decisions. Some of you may feel pulled to take a leap of faith, to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. This could mean changing jobs, moving to a new place, or letting go of old relationships that no longer serve you. Whatever it is, trust that you are being guided toward your purpose. Be honest and transparent. As you move forward, it's important to be honest and transparent in everything you do. Don't pretend to be someone you're not or hide your true self from the world. Let the real you shine through, both in private and in public. The more authentic you are, the more aligned you will be with your purpose. Being transparent means being true to yourself and others. If you're on a path of spiritual growth, make sure that you live in a way that reflects your values. Don't act one way in front of people and another way behind closed doors. Let your inner truth guide your actions and be consistent in how you present yourself to the world. Trust the process and keep moving forward. Finally, remember that this is all part of a process. You are on a journey, and each step you take is leading you closer to your true purpose. Even if things feel difficult or uncertain right now, trust that you are on the right path. You may not see the full picture yet, but know that everything is working out for your highest good. The divine is guiding you, and you are exactly where you need to be. Keep moving forward, trusting in the process, and stay focused on your purpose. Some of you may feel like you're not making progress, but know that in the spiritual world, you are moving forward in ways you may not even realize. The physical world may not, or your physical world may not always reflect your progress, but spiritually, you are advancing. Keep trusting in the process and know that your efforts are making a difference. Conclusion: you are here for a reason. Everything you've been through has prepared you for this moment. You are waking up to your true